In this TED Talk, Michael Spector discusses human beliefs on vaccines and genetically engineered crops. He discusses the possibilities on this planet to go forward, and food in the world, especially, has never been better. The scientific method, he says, is possibly one of the greatest accomplishments of humanity because we're able to try things again and improve on them, and if they don't work, we try to fix them and make them better. He thinks we can grow food that won't destroy our planet, which I agree with. He wrote stories about vaccines and GE crop opposition and got a lot of feedback from that. He says we've lost faith in science, and it's hard for us to believe proof from science. The debate between organic and GE crops is ridiculous. He says all food has been modified since the beginning of time. We now have golden rice that vitamin A is inserted into golden rice genes, and it can wipe out blindness in developing countries. And the idea that we shouldn't allow science to do its job will hurt us in the end. So, under the tradition of argumentation in science and the claims of fact subheading on page 207 and 208, it talks about the traditional scientific argument argues claims of propositions of fact. The focus on facts is especially consistent with the scientific values of knowledge and rationality. And Stephen Toulmin gives us a few examples of questions we should ask when we're trying to figure out claims of fact. One of being, how are things composed and how does this makeup affect their behavior or operation? So we need facts in order to make our own assumptions about scientific developments and conclusions. We need to see the facts, and that's what Michael Spector was saying in his argument. But even though there is scientific facts and it's the truth, people are having a more and more difficult time believing those facts and those truths about certain things, such as GE crops and the effects of vaccinations on kids. So this particular TED Talk was very near to me because of my major being agricultural communications. So this is some genetically engineered crops is something we deal with all the time. But I agree wholeheartedly with what Michael Spector was saying in his argument. And it's difficult for people to understand the science behind genetically engineered crops especially. And then many people are interested to find out that the first GMO, genetically modified organism, was insulin. So that's a pretty interesting fact. But I think that he did a great job, and I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10 on his TED Talk.